Okay, I'm out here trying to get some crappie. I fished for about 20 minutes so far. I just have a mini mite jig in a tube, and then I just have a ugly stick ultralight. I do have some maggots that I harvested myself. If I don't get anything today, then I will just dump these in. I will make a video on how I harvest the maggots in the coming weeks. I'm going to do a video where I'm jugging for catfish and snapping turtles. And if I don't get any snapping turtles with the jugs, then I'll set actual turtle lines for them. See, I don't know how difficult these jet skiers are gonna make my day. I got on here. Okay, that should work just like that. So I'm just going to keep moving on. I'm going to work my way over to this bridge. There were some underwater willows that I tried a few minutes back, but I didn't get anything. Like I said, I'm trying to find these crappie. Walleye would be nice, but right now I'm just focused on the crappie. See, I look for structure in the water, like a fallen tree or some sort of cement structure or something, but they got, see, these are underwater flats, and then at a certain point they drop off. It could be 2 feet from shore, it could be 100 yards from shore, but there's a giant drop off to where the water gets deeper and deeper and deeper. I'm not 100% certain of the depth that they're in right now, because I did pretty well this spring, and then I took a few weeks off because I had some things I had to get done, and I don't know, this is my first time back out and it's not going well so far. Once I do find out where they're at, then I may chum them in. With the maggots. There's some flies in there too, but that's because I didn't empty out the container before the maggots actually got in, because like I said, I'll make a video on how I specifically harvest them. I just got everything at a Ace hardware store. It's just a 5-gallon bucket, some plumbing fittings, like an old instant coffee can, and some tubing that I probably, no, I couldn't find it. That's right, I couldn't find that at Ace, so I had to get that off of Amazon, but everything else came from Ace Hardware. And I know that doesn't sound too direct, but once I make the video on how I put all that stuff together to make the maggot trap or maggot farm, whatever you want to call it, see exactly how it works. I probably won't do the jugging or the snapping turtles on this lake, just because it's so much bigger than the other lake I usually do it at, and I don't want to go all around this giant lake in a kayak looking for my jugs. I'd rather be on a smaller lake. Plus, I usually don't eat cats out of this lake. I do out of the other one because it's just so much cleaner. I was hoping there was no boats down here, but I'll just have to stay away from them. I don't know if they went on video or not, and I don't want them messing up my video, so. Sometimes I will use minnows when I'm crappie fishing. I use pretty much everything. Where I live at, actually, it's kind of hard to find maggots or leeches, but leeches work really good for walleye. This is one of the best walleye lakes around, literally. This is one of the best naturally reproducing lakes for walleye, obviously, besides Lake Erie, but it just has the perfect environment for them. Rocky bottom with a lot of sand. And they've stocked them in here for years. I don't know if they still do. See, now I'm hitting some waves. See, as soon as I get on the fish, that's when somebody will come by and tip me. That's usually the way it works. But see, I'm gonna try to hit one of these. Ah man, there's a boat over there too. Oh well, I'll just try to have to stay out of their way. Piece of plywood right there. Are these guys gonna go? Or what? I've caught many a walleye here before. Many a walleye, many a crappie. I'm just sitting right here for a minute so I can let this boat pass. Okay, if I can free myself, there I go. That plywood probably washed up. I doubt anyone lugged it down here. I don't know how well this is gonna work out for me. See, I think these guys are anchored to the top of the bridge. But yeah, they're anchored. So they're just sitting there. Now I'm in some shade. I'm away from the bugs. So I'm gonna try right here, just in the middle of here, and then I'll go next to something. I don't know how deep it is. I have no idea. I'm just underneath this bridge, just right in the middle. I just got a little bit of water in my boat. It's freezing cold. Yeah, these guys got the right idea. I'm gonna try to go over by one of these pillars. Like I said, I doubt this is going to work. but I'll see if I can get a fish or two just to get started. But I mean, this isn't going to be no long-term solution just because of the waves. Man, I had an interesting encounter today. See, I'm just going right down by this pillar and seeing if there's any fish right here. I think these guys behind me might be walleye fishing. That's the dog park. There's got to be something in between these pillars, whether it's bluegill, crappie, something. See if I can kind of stay right here, which it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. Just stay next to this pillar, and I can kind of keep myself steady, but I keep getting water in that damn boat. Anyone catch a fish yet, but it's taking me. See, like I said, I don't know how this is going to work out for me with all these waves. I mean, I can barely get anything in the water. And again, I don't know what these guys next to me are fishing. They're not speaking English, and I don't want to try to. Just don't feel like it. Is that a fish or a snag? Oh no, that's a fish. I got one. Yep, that one hit immediately. Hopefully you can see. It feels like a crappie. I have no clue what it is though. Probably a crappie. This is my first fish of the day. Not sure how far on the video I am, but that thing killed it. Hopefully, oh, it's a white bass. Cool. Yeah, he buried that. It's a nice white bass. The season for them, they were just spawning. Hey, you guys want a white bass? You want it? Keep it. All right, put him back. Oh, he just got away by himself. But awesome, I finally caught a fish. I'm trying to see how much battery I have left. Trying to get my camera set back up. All right, I'm gonna go right back to the same spot. That one hit so fast. I mean, I wasn't even doing anything. I casted. The waves was moving my boat. I mean, I thought I had a snag until I felt them on there pulling. So I'm gonna go back to the same spot and see if I can get any more white bass, or maybe I can get some crappie. Who knows? Maybe there's some fish here. My goal when I set out was to get crappie, but I don't know how well that's going to work out. I'm happy I at least got that one fish. I did forget my stringer, because I do have a fishing partner that I usually fish with, and when he don't come, he likes me to keep the fish and give it to him. But Like I said, I forgot the stringer. I'm good for forgetting at least one thing. See, that's how I did it. I just cast it out, and then my boat was moving backward. Like that. Just like that. See, I don't, now I'm going sideways. I gotta keep it straight. And then just jig it up. See, this guy's got a fish on. So he also got a white bass. Cool. Yeah, I asked him, I said, hey, do you want this fish? They don't speak very good English. They're Asian gentlemen. And he said, you keep it. I've never seen a boat like theirs. Theirs is like plexiglass. They got a 6.5 horse boat on, and then they're just anchored right to the bridge. So there must be some white bass under here, pretty thick, because I just caught one and then he just caught one. And a lot of times it feels like you got something bigger on than you actually have, because they're just so dang strong. But since this is the only place I've caught a fish so far today, I'm just gonna keep trying here for a minute. I'll just go up to the end of the bridge here. I will cast out like I did once before, just like that, and then just let the waves just move my boat backwards, and that intrinsically gives my bait the right pop off the bottom. See, I don't even have to, I might have to do this several times before I get a fish. See, that one, that was caught on that pillar. And then my boat keeps going sideways. I've never heard of that type of motor they got. It's a Hang Kai 6.5 horse Sun Dolphin. They make kayaks, but that's like a fiberglass or plastic boat. I've never seen one like that before. Pretty cool though. Them guys must be crappie fishing, just like I'm doing. But yeah, man, I thought I was snagged when I caught that white bass. I mean, I didn't even do anything. I just casted it out, and then my rod bent. And initially I didn't feel anything pulling. I'm thankful I got it in the I think I was actually, I wasn't so close to those pillars, so I'm gonna kind of stay away from them over here. Because at some point I'm gonna have to change the battery in my camera. Cast out just like that. And again, I got just the Ugly Stick GX2. Some red line, doesn't matter what color line you got. Just an ultralight. I'm just crappie fishing. It would be really fun if I hooked into a big walleye or a big muskie. There's muskie in this lake too. See, I'm going sideways again, so I gotta readjust. There are some fish under there though, and it just takes me away just that fast. See, those guys don't even have ultralights. They got what I like to call a nice walleye rod. It's just a bigger, heavier rod. Maybe they are walleye fishing, I don't know. Doesn't look like it though. bunch of birds and bats over here. I'm just gonna let this just drift, just like that. Just to see. Reeling in now. I'm gonna try over here a few more times. Like I said, this is the only spot where I've gotten a fish at. I'm gonna get more as the year goes along, but the water's really murky today. And those guys, they got the right idea where they're anchored down like that. I don't have any way to anchor. I used to have a rope in my kayak, but I don't even know what happened to that rope. I took it out and it's just disappeared. Let's see. Get my hair out of here. That's the dog part. You see all these jet skiers and these guys with these huge boats. They oftentimes screw it up for guys like me. There's a local restaurant around here, and I was gonna go in just to use their Wi-Fi because I do have a hotspot out here and I do have pretty good service, but I can't, I gotta use actual Wi-Fi. So I get out, I'm walking, I park behind the restaurant, I walk all the way around. As I'm walking around, there's a waitress from the restaurant. She had a smock on with the name of the restaurant on it. So she's walking, you know, just right beside me, and doesn't say a word. So when I get to the entrance, there's a guy there, and he said, "Hey, we have no staff, we're closed." Then the waitress pipes up and says, "Yeah, sorry honey, we're closed." Now why'd you walk beside me for 5 minutes? Why couldn't you just spare me the walk and tell me when I got out of my vehicle? Why do you have to wait until I get to the entrance? I mean, what? I don't know. It's just funny to me the way that people operate. I don't know if she was shy or what, but I didn't have my camera on my head either. I had it in this little suitcase I got. It was just odd, but I have experiences like that all the time. No, it's good. I've been getting pushed around all day by these giant waves. Are you guys crappie fishing? Yeah. I caught a few white bass over there, just underneath. Have you guys gotten any crappie? Is that a fish?
No.
No crappie?
No, we haven't caught anything
Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually think that I was more in the middle of this bridge and not by those pillars. I think I said that once before, but I keep getting sidetracked. I wasn't giving that guy my spot. I was just telling him, hey, you can fish here too. I said, hey, I'm catching some white bass over here. And he said, no, you can stay there, buddy. Well, yeah, I was gonna stay there anyways, regardless of if you gave me permission or not. But I was just saying, maybe you can anchor down and you can get into them, and I'll keep fighting these waves. See where I'm at battery wise. I mean, these waves are just bullying me. I think, oh, there goes another fish. Hell yeah. Did I lose it? See, I was gonna move on. That's gotta be another white bass. It's gotta be. Just the way that it's fighting. Maybe it's a crappie, I don't know. That kind of felt like a crappie right there. Who knows what it is? Oh, it's a little white bass. All right, so that's number 2. I think I'm gonna start tipping with the maggots just to give it that extra pop. But that's way smaller than the last one. He hit hard though. I was surprised by that. Really surprised. I'm gonna try the same thing again, because I mean, this is the only spot I've had any luck at all. I am gonna tip with maggot this time. I mean, I'm gonna use all these. I mean, the maggots were free. Like I said, I harvested them myself. So I'll just dump them out, because I got more coming basically whenever I want. And I do have a bunch of flies mixed with my maggots, but I can usually take care of that. I just wasn't paying attention to my maggot farm, because you can dump the flies out, which I've done. I did it several times, but I let it go for a few days. I should have dumped them out as they came. I don't know, every year is kind of different. Last year they found their way back out the same way they came in. Let's see, got them right here. If I can get the aluminum foil off. So, see, I need that aluminum foil. I can't have all these, see all the flies mixed in there. Put that back on. Like that. Let me tip my rod before I do anything else, so that way I can see, I just put them on like that. Usually I try to be more precise and get them in a certain area, but I'm tired of fighting these waves. I really am. Try to get this aluminum foil back on there. I do not want these to spill and for there to be maggots. I'll just put them right there. I don't even care if they fly off. They're going in the water when I'm done anyways. I don't want the plastic going in, but I can't help it right now. See, those guys, I would have no hope of getting any info out of. I mean, I can just tell they don't speak English. No English. Which, that's fine. A lot of times when you ask them questions, they just shake their head yes or no. See, maybe next time I'll put the maggots, I'll funnel them into a water bottle and I can just put them right there. Because like I said, I mean, I didn't have any containers to use, or I would have portioned them out, but I just grabbed all of them. I thought maybe I might need to use them for chum, but I mean, I'm moving backwards so fast right now. I'm just gonna see, I'm trying to keep my boat straight. But it's kind of hard if I can get a hold of this pillar. Every time I've caught a fish so far, I gotta get back more in the middle. That's where they're at. They're not even over by these pillars. Again, I got the mini mite, 3 maggots on there. I do have some fake maggots in my, I got this little like cooler bag. That has a bunch of different stuff in it, like that. And I do have some fake maggots in there, which I might use those another day because I got these real ones right now. But yeah, I'm gonna try to position myself more towards the middle like I was those couple other times. It's funny, every time I catch a fish there, then I try to go back towards the pillars and I say 5 times, hey, I need to be more in the middle of this bridge, I need to be more in the middle of this bridge, without getting in the middle of the bridge. It's just there's so many distractions out here. All these birds and bats. I have got 2 white bass though, which that's surprising. I thought if it was gonna be anything, see, this is no good with all these waves bumping me around, knocking me around. It's pretty much one shot. Cast out, let the waves bully me backwards, push me around, and that's when the fish have been hitting. My rod bends and there's something on the other end pulling. So I'm gonna do the same thing I've done several times before. I'm just gonna cast out like that, let some line come off like that, straighten myself back out like that. We did go night fishing last night, me and my cousin and a few of my buddies. I didn't have my camera with me though. So yeah, I just leave it just like that. Now I know there's white bass down there because I've caught 2 of them. If there's 2 of them down there, there's more. And I bet there's more than white bass down there. There's got to be some walleye, definitely some crappie. I'm just gonna go the length of this bridge though, just like that. And I'm not even doing anything. Well, now I'm jigging it up and down. See, but I gotta keep straightening my boat out like this. But every time I caught the fish, my rod was just sitting there against the boat. And it's just naturally just bouncing. It's hard to explain. If you do it in shallow water or when you jig like that, you let it go down to the bottom and then you jig it up. You let it sink down to the bottom, and I mean actually touching the bottom of the water. So it goes to the bottom, you jig it up, and then you reel your slack out, you let it go down to the bottom, and then you jig it up just like that, and it pops. The reason I use the what is that? This little stick. The reason why I say it pops is because if you do it in shallow water, you can see when the bait hits the bottom and it pops, and there's dirt that comes up with it, but it pops, it makes this big commotion, and then that's when the fish usually get it, when it's either touching the bottom or when it's suspended after you jigged it up. See, I don't think I'm gonna get anything on this cast because I'm so far backwards now. I mean, I don't know. This is a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun. It is Sunday.